Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines. Iran is pursuing a nuclear agreement with the US that delivers economic benefits for both sides, days before a second round of talks between Tehran and Washington. Iranian Foreign Ministry official Hamid Ganbari said that for the sake of an agreement's durability, it is essential that the US also benefits in areas with high and quick economic returns. He said common interests in the oil and gas fields, joint fields, mining investments, and even aircraft purchases are included in the negotiations, arguing that the 2015 nuclear pact with world powers had not secured US economic interests.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio says reaching a deal with Iran will be difficult, arguing Tehran makes policy decisions based on theology. His remarks come as nuclear talks resume and Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi met UN atomic watchdog Chief Rafael Grossi in Geneva. However, Rubio hoped a deal could be reached, saying that President Trump had always preferred peaceful outcomes and negotiated outcomes to things. On the other hand, Iran's Revolutionary Guards Navy held a drill in the Strait of Hormuz, a key global oil route, to test the readiness of the Guards' naval units to protect the waterway. State media showed the exercise overseen by General Mohammad Pakpour as Gulf states push for diplomacy to ease tensions.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said that he told US President Donald Trump last week that any US deal with Iran must include the dismantling of Iran's nuclear infrastructure, not just stopping the enrichment process. Speaking at the annual conference of presidents of major American Jewish organizations, Netanyahu also said Israel still needs to complete the job of destroying all tunnels in Gaza. He said Israel has already dismantled 150 kilometers of an estimated 500 kilometers. Netanyahu said he is skeptical of a deal, but it must include enriched material leaving Iran. Talks between German Chancellor Friedrich Merz and French President Emmanuel Macron over creating a joint European nuclear deterrent are at an early stage and not aimed at diminishing the role of the United States. A German government spokesperson said the aim of the talks is to explore how closer cooperation on nuclear deterrence can be achieved, adding that the talks are still in the very early stages. He further said this is not about replacing the US protective shield, but rather supplementing and strengthening it. The spokesperson said the United States plays a central role in NATO's nuclear deterrence, which is not the case now, and that they want it to remain so in the future.
The U.S. Departments of Energy and Defense have for the first time airlifted a small nuclear reactor aboard a C-17 cargo plane from California to Utah. The Ward microreactor, built by Valor Atomics, was flown without nuclear fuel to Hill Air Force Base to test rapid deployment for military and civilian use. Officials call it a breakthrough for energy security, though critics question costs and radioactive waste challenges.
The British government is considering bringing forward the target date for spending 3% of economic output on defence, a year after it last increased its planned budget for the military. The BBC said Prime Minister Keir Starmer's aides were now looking at proposals to meet the 3% ambition by 2029. It said no decision had been taken, but the government recognised current plans would not cover rising defence costs. Britain, which has warned of the risks posed by Russia, said in February 2025 that it would increase annual defence spending to 2.5% of GDP by 2027 and target 3% in the next Parliament.
And Britain is considering introduce an Australia-style social media ban for children under 16 as early as this year. Prime Minister Keir Starmer's government is also moving to close a loophole in the Online Safety Act that left some AI chatbots outside child protection rules. Ministers say tech firms will be responsible for compliance, with proposals expected before June.
That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.